What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So a lot of people are asking me about Farmcoin. They're telling me, hey, what's going on with your position? You haven't talked about it in a while. I know you haven't made a video. It's not something that's a priority to make a video on Farmcoin. It's not something that I wanted to just continue to push and act like I'm really pushing this position. I'm holding the position, and I even bought more, and I continue to buy more because I believe in where this can go, the full potential of Farmcoin. And even if it gets lower, and we can talk about that as we go through the video. So I just wanted to make this clear that I do believe in the position. I'm not going to be that person that, just talks about something and abandons it right next day and not let anybody know. Now, if it's something that I'm doing a day trade on like a, whether it's a day trading crypto or day trading, a stock, I will let people know what my risk management is and what I plan on doing with that position. Most times when I'm doing a day trading or doing a day trade, I have risk management that day to where I will get out of it if it does go against me. However, this is more of a swing trading of this cryptocurrency because that's how Farmcoin is. And I'll explain that as we go through it. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one, and make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of my links in the description. We have a bunch of different links that you guys can check out, and as well as my channels, all my channels across YouTube. But let's talk about this. So we're going to break this down here. We have Farmcoin in the background. First, I'm going to show you my positions here. And this is where my position is. I currently hold 27 in total, right? This is the total quantity that I have, 27 right here, which is the balance of $4,448.37. Now, you know that the price of Harvest Coin right now is at $157 after being up to a high of four something. I think it was 415. I can't even get to it. 415 or so, 430. That's all. That's the best I could do. I don't know why it's not letting me do it, but 438. There we go. After being up to that level, it did come down to those levels. But what we're noticing is if you look at history, if you look at all the history, right, you won't be able to see any history if you go to all, because it was up to a high of 30,000, which ends up making everything else look like a straight line, right? So if we go through a year and we look at the trend, we could see that trend did push up to 300, pulled back down to about 100 or so, pushed up to 300 or 400, dropped back down to a level of 50 or 150, jumped up to a level of 300 yet again, and then dropped down to a level of $50, right? $40 to $50, right? So then it ended up pushing up to 438, and now it's dropping down again. So the trend is that of the same. Now, I thought we were going to see a little bit more of an increase because of the introduction to Coinbase, but it was something to where it does have its ups and downs. It has its peaks and valleys, which this is why I didn't go all out and buy 100, because I know what my full capability is. I know what I want to do. And with 20, it would be enough. 27, that's an amazing number. Again, I wanted to hold about 25. And if I can hold 100 and get in here at 40, 44, 45, then I'm going to see something really big once this does end up taking off. So that's exactly what I'm looking for in Farmcoin, that a lot of people don't really see. Other people will see, okay, it's just a quick swing trade, which you can have some swing trades with it, and we can get into that in a little bit. But you can also play it for more of the long haul, where it looks like it's starting to increase, going from 300 up to 410, then up to 438, showing that it's hitting newer highs as it does hit these lows, which is definitely a great thing to see. But let's go into some of the detail here. Let's break it down in coin market cap. You can see the market cap right now is only 100 million. Now, that may sound like a lot to you, $100 million. If you're new to the crypto game or you're new to investing, $100 million sounds like a lot for a coin or even a company, right? But it's actually not. There are other companies that are listed as the top crypto coins, cryptocurrencies that are out there that are in the 100 plus billion dollar mark, right? And on average, with these top coins that are up in those levels, they're around $3 to $10 billion, right? That's crazy. This alone, getting to some of those levels, is actually worth a hell of a lot. This is at $150. Double that to get to $200 million market cap, and now you're at $300. Then, you double that and you have a $400 million market cap, and, you're at $600. So you obviously see how this does impact it. And if you get to just something of standard of $1 billion, you can have a large number there. And whatever you're holding, if you're holding 100 coins, 200 coins, coins, whatever, you end up seeing something really, really big with this position in a really fast moment. So people that bought 100 at 50 and then sold at 400, you definitely gained a lot out of that. And it's just quick movements and it's very liquid. So that's what we're looking at for the market cap. We can also see the volume, it's up in the millions as well, tens of millions of dollars that are traded, in the last 24 hours. The total circulating supply is around 700. The max supply is 700,000. That's not saying that the total supply is just 700,000 and the max supply is blank, because a lot of times when you see that, it has no max supply. But this does have a max supply, so no matter what, it will not be diluted. You can always see that price come back up to a certain level as long as it does remain popular. And with the amount of popularity, people getting in at the lows, riding it out to the highs and going, over and over and over again, you're going to see something really big with Farmcoin. So looking at that just as a whole, you can understand where this can actually go. Actually, let me go ahead and take some time and break down my Excel file for you. So I have an Excel file where I build a bunch of different cryptocurrencies into a sheet and basically say what the supply is, what they would end up getting to at certain market caps, at certain prices, and basically seeing if they do have the ability to get to those levels. So here's Harvest. Here's Farmcoin. Farmcoin right now at 157. At 157, and I believe it has 640,000. Right, that's one more zero than what we needed. 640,000. Right, that's sitting at about $100 million market cap, just like we said. But you look at something of it getting to $2,000 worth of a price. $2,000 worth of a price would get it to 1.3 billion. 1.3 billion compares to some of the lower end of the top like 100 cryptocurrencies, right? If you look at something like $10,000, which it is a stretch getting to $10,000 because people holding that much, they end up selling and it starts to fluctuate. This is why you don't see it get up to these levels, because people are not holding it. However, people do stake Farmcoin from what I do understand. So if it gets to $10,000, that is $6.9 billion. That's still on the lower end of the spectrum when you look at the average market cap, out of the top 100, right? Or the top 50 or the top, whatever they end up being, right? You end up seeing a lowish market cap there, because some of the peak points, like you look at Bitcoin, you look at Ethereum, they're over, Bitcoin was over 1.2 trillion and Ethereum was over that $500 billion mark. You even had Cardano that got over 100 billion. You had XRP that got over 100 billion. You had Dogecoin that got over 100 billion. So you had a couple of positions up there that got over 100 billion. However, a bunch are over that $50 billion mark. A bunch are over $30 billion, and a ton are around that $3 to $10 billion mark. So seeing that, it gives you a lot of faith in where this can actually go. So that's why I say, $100,000 is not, out of the question. This can go to $1 million and still be a reasonable market cap. However, most people will not let it get to that point, because if it does, once people start to see what they're holding is in the millions or is in the tens of thousands, they start to sell off because they just want to keep it going. They want to be able to buy in low, sell high, gain some money out of it and all of that. So I don't expect this to make a move up to this level, even up to probably $100,000 worth of a price. I don't see that. Maybe somewhere in the range between 10 to 50. I definitely see something like that, but not holding at those levels, but holding in some levels around that 2 to 10 would definitely be something that I see as solid, right? And getting to those levels in the future, whether it's now or whether it's next year, it's going to end up happening because the supply is not changing. The max supply is $690,000, or sorry, 690,000 coins. So that's what I'm looking at there. That's what I'm looking at with this position. And I don't want to sit here and, talk your ear off. And I just wanted to let you guys know that this is where my position holds. I'm holding 27 coins, a little over 27 coins, and I'll continue to buy more as it does go lower. This is not something that's scaring me. So anybody that comes by and says, hey, what's happening to your Farmcoin now? it's still sitting in my account. And you know what? More is going to be sitting in my account as it does go lower. If it goes higher than a lot higher than my cost basis, yes, I'll pull out of some and then put some of those gains in at the lower point. But if we're not seeing the lower point now, we will eventually see that lower point soon. I just don't know when that will actually happen. But my overall thought before that was that this was going to be a break in the cycle, because that break in the cycle would have happened because of Coinbase and the easy buying capabilities of Coinbase and Coinbase Pro. So you let me know what you think about Farmcoin. I do think it's a good position to get into. I do still think that it could be something that people just want to buy and sell at a higher price so they can gain something out of it, not to hold it and gain a lot out of the coin itself. It's more on the lines of a cash grab than anything. But every single time you can be able to gauge that cash grab is going up, that sooner or later it's going to explode to a crazy cash grab, and some people are just going to miss. They're going to miss the boat, and I'm going to be one of those people that holds on and stays with that. Obviously selling at a certain point, whether it's at, the peak point, which I probably won't end up getting, or if it's close to it, right? In the thousands, I'll sell some of it and then see that comeback or that pullback, and then put some of that money back in there, if not all of the money back in there, to buy more Farmcoin. So it just depends what it ends up working out to be, So let me know what you think about this position. Let me know if you have any thoughts about this, if you believe the same way that I believe, or if you think that it's just going to go down to $50 and stay at $50. Let me know your thoughts, because I'm always interested in everybody's thoughts. But I'm going to get out of here. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you check out some of my other YouTube channels, the golf channel, all of that stuff. I'm going to be having videos uploaded there, so definitely check it out. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.